Can you see that? Yeah. Look at them. Don't they look mighty and full of potential? Very excited about them. They've grown lovely. I planted them kind of later on in the year, and I've got these ones as well, as you know, down here, and they're growing, but I've got space for other stuff there as well. Hiya. Come back in here because it's nice and warm. It's not that it's not warm, but it's not hot. It's very cosy in here. I've got a meeting shortly on the Zoom, so I'll stick you there. A little fire going in there. Lovely. Oh, Shirley. It's a bit of an update about what we're up to. We've done 1 week of the wellbeing retreat at Saltwell Park with the healthcare staff from the QA in Gateshead, and there was a right mix of people. Well, you know, everybody being impacted. So you'd had people who were working on the actual ICU wards, and well, you know, all the stress that entails, you can only imagine. And then, but then you have all the members of staff who, all the upheaval and uncertainty and fear, and you know, everybody's kind of safety blankets have gone because teams have been split up and wards have been moved with, you know, in an hour, and it was very humbling working with them. And we've got another 2 weeks, and then we're having a little break. Now we've got a week, and then we're having a break for 2 weeks, and then we've got another week, and then we're gonna like evaluate the feedback. But they loved it. We had them doing all sorts. We did the DBT skills with Megan did that, and Michelle did about where the body holds trauma and all the scientific stuff behind the releasing trauma, because she's a nurse, and you know, these are skepticals. These are natural tree huggers, skeptics. And but they were up for it. They really let rip with the drumming and the chanting and the singing and the rave, and we all had a good dance. I'm only doing a 2-song rave next week though, because I was lathered. I was sweating cobs. I hadn't really thought about the fact that I'd have to do the taster 3 times, but yeah, that went really, really well. And not heard anything about the building, the new building, but you know, stay hopeful about that. And things I've felt a big difference in my well-being since I've been able to do some hands-on work with people, and see people and be around people, and gives me something to obsess about, because I am an obsessive, and that's what I do. And rather than obsessing about, you know, the apocalypse and different worst case scenarios and how we're going to get through it, and how you know, how we're going to help people, it's given me something a little bit more practical and a little bit more present to obsess about, which I'm thankful of. I never thought I'd be thankful of being able to obsess about it. It's Johnny Anger. Yes, so get the bill. Can't remember what I was saying. Get the building and do what we can. And there's this tension, and you know, it's constant between, you know, the people who are understandably cautious, and I'm probably too far the other way. You know, let's do something face to face, because that's how I operate, in terms of I can't read the nuances or the non-verbals, and it's driving me mad. So I like to kind of be around people, and I can see people are appreciating being around other people. So obviously we've had the practice of the park of doing it safely and within the, you know, within the parameters of all the government advice, and making sure, just in terms of your own consciousness, because you don't want to infect somebody who then goes home and kills their nana. Nobody wants that on their conscience forever, do they? So it's really, really important, but at the same time it's becoming kind of more apparent that I guess for lots of people, you know, they're feeling very isolated and very out of it, and need to come together. So yeah, keep supporting each other. And then when we get in the building, we'll do what we can to have some kind of plan, at least, for bringing people together and seeing each other. I'm thinking a nice social distance therapeutic rave or something like that, you know. And just when we get in the building, and maybe just follow the demand. Could be soup kitchen, could be domestic violence groups, could be something for these families and these kids. I mean, my breaks for these kids who are stuck in stuck at home now again, you know, for months and months on end, and you know, unless if there are kids at home suffering and you're not in year 6, then you're fucked, aren't you? All you can do is hope that you know they've got brothers and sisters in year 6, because no one's keeping an eye on them, and it's terrible. And you know, they'll be going hungry, they'll be isolated, they'll be alone with their often very damaging family circumstances. No escape, horrible. So maybe there'll be something we can do there, something we can maybe do with families who need to get out the house, or members of families who need to get out the house. So very exciting stuff, and full of hope and enthusiasm, and everybody's, you know, wanting to get going, and so we are, as much as we possibly can. So I'll keep keeping you updated. I think that's it. I'm scared I don't watch as much news myself now, because I'm dead interested in this uprising, because thank God at last, you know, there's an uprising. But I'm looking at the telly and I'm thinking, you know, this is going to be very easy when the second spike comes, for them to say, well, it's all them protesters' fault, isn't it? Hey, they did that to yourselves, didn't you? Hey, your own fault. Don't blame us. And they might get away with it, but we'll not let them. Okay, so stay strong, keep in touch. We're going to need more volunteers, because there's a lot of people who won't be coming out the house for some time yet. So we need, we're talking about wall visits and things, you know, when you're going out and just having a cup of tea, you're sitting on the wall and they're sitting. I think we've all been doing that kind of on a kind of personal basis with nanas and aunties and people you've been missing. But maybe that's something that we set up when we get the opportunity, and hope for good weather. Okay, I'll fill you in next week. Thanks very much for listening.